Now, Trump also spoke on the ground, but he also spoke in the airplane. So let's take a quick look at this.
I felt the Senate was going to be tougher than the House. We got there. We got pretty much what we wanted. It was an amazing.
Oh, sorry, everybody. I should have. That's my bad. Yeah, sorry. Whew. Forgot that was. Should have warned. Yeah, they've been talking about jet fuel, rocket fuel for the economy, blah, blah, blah. They use these kind of terms.
It's the biggest bill ever passed if we get this done.
No, it isn't. I'm again, the ACA was 3,000 pages. It's a healthcare bill. It's not the biggest ever anyways, period. It's the biggest addition to the debt in a single bill, sure.
You know, most of the people wanted 7 or 8 different bills. And I thought that was tougher because it'd be, 100%, but then there'd be nothing. This bill has something for everybody. But
to hate.
We're doing it this way. So we're happy about it. We're happy with the result. Well, they're going to ask for certain changes, probably. I don't know. I mean, I guess what would happen, if that happens, you then have to run it fast past the Senate, so, it never ends. I don't know if that's going to happen.
Do you think it's still possible to get this done?
I guess that's been done, right? On occasion, that will happen where they'll make a change and they'll get it passed. So it'll go pretty quickly. But I think the Senate was a very big move, and they worked very hard. I didn't get along with Tillis, and he resigned. That's good.
He didn't resign. He's still in there. He's just not going to run again.
Good thing. Somebody that would really be great is Laura. She grew up there, but
Laura Trump. He thinks Laura Trump's going to fill that seat.
They live in Florida. They have a very good life, and they're great people. She did fantastically running the RNC. She's even got a show it's like the #1 show, and Mark Levin is likewise. I mean, they have the #1, #2 show over the weekend.
Yes, when no one's watching these networks, that's what they watch.
She's done well. She's a great person, Laura Trump. I mean, that would always be my first choice, but she doesn't live there now. But she's there all the time. Her parents are there. She really knows North Carolina well, and I won it 3 times. I don't know who the candidates are going to be. I think you're going to have one of the congressmen step up, and should do very well.
So does she talk to you about it?
No, not at all. It's so soon. I had it out with this guy 2 nights ago, and he resigned, which I was happy about. He did us all a favor.
And that's, by the way, just the beginning of the fallout that's going to come from this. I think this is when he got on the ground after it had passed.
Take down to this speech at soon House scored sure potentially listening to it live.
We have a very big trip planned to Iowa. Some of you are going with us, and perhaps a lot of you are going with us. How are you?
Dude, his brain is fucking mashed potatoes.
And we have a very big crowd, so it's going to be a lot of fun. And we're sort of celebrating like the biggest bill of its kind ever signed. And it's going to make this country into a rocket ship. It's going to be really great.
Really? Like one of Elon Musk's, the kind that blows up on the fucking platform?
Mr. President, he said
on the launch pad?
I think when you go over the bill, it was very easy to get him to a yes. We went over that bill, and point after point, biggest tax cut in history, great for security, great on the southern border. Immigration is covered. We covered just about everything.
Notice that those were 2 things. Just saying. Covered just about everything, except you're not bringing up the Medicaid cuts. Weird.
Again, it's the biggest bill ever signed of its kind.
Also, yes, he hasn't signed it yet. I think passed is what he kind of means.
Mr. President.
Thanks, Barb.
Well, I talked to a lot of different Republicans in doing it, and we had a good time in being there. I did not have much of a problem with any of them. As you know, we had 2 negative votes, but we had whatever it was, the final vote. Yeah, I think a few
Thanks,
of them I
dude.
did, but I think they would have gone yes anyway. No deals, no deals. What I did is we talked about how good the bill is. I mean, that's a deal, I guess, when you think about it. But obviously convinced them, but it was not hard. This is a great bill. This is going to be a great bill for the country.
It's going to be pretty fucking terrible. Yeah. There's no question. What you're going to see from them, by and large, is patchwork now. So the follow-up to this will be, because it's going to affect red states more than it will affect blue states, no question. So what you're going to see is a patchwork that is created, in bills and stuff that they try to shove through that's going to try to remedy some of these things. Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much. Hold on. Thank you, some dude. I just started volunteering with the LA Food Bank in January, and I feel a lot better. You'll be motivated by how much good people actually do, even by corporations. Use the Point volunteering app. It's great. That's a great idea. Thanks. Absolutely. Yes. What we're going to have to do to pick up the slack in this situation is very personal. We are going to have to make a difference ourselves in real people's lives to make up for this stuff. There is stuff that will be out of our hands until the next election, but there are a lot of things that are well within your ability. And you have to, doing those things, putting that time in, will make you feel less exhausted and more in control.
What if you know to vote no to this beautiful bill? Do you want to primary him too?
Well, I was disappointed that he did that. There were 2 of them that voted no, so I was disappointed that he voted no.
Mr. President,
We had a call. It was a pretty long call. We talked about a lot of things, including Iran. And we also talked about, as you know, the war with Ukraine. And I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy.
Does he just do a weekly Monday call with fucking Putin now? Are they just sitting on the edge of the bed like 2 teenage girls in the 80s? Just, no, you hang up first.
No, I didn't make any progress with him today at all.
Mr. President, how much growth can the country expect with the one?
I think we're going to get great growth. I think we'll have growth at record numbers. This is going to be...
Well, you have to think that to buy this bullshit in the first place. Of course they're going to sell that. And also, by the way, let me tell you something. The success of this thing, and I got to be really clear about how people talk about this, because there will be a temporary infusion of cash into the economy that Trump is counting on. A flood of money into it. He's going to turn on the money printers again and sort of, by government spending, change the Fed dynamic so that there's more money in circulation to lower that's why you've seen the dollar, the value of the dollar go down. The reason that's happening is why it's going to continue to happen is because they're going to add a bunch of money in this to try and goose the entire thing forward, hoping that you will think that, oh my God, the big bill passed, and then all these things happen. Suddenly there's all this money available to do all these things. The problem is when that runs out, it will still be part of the debt. And the Republicans who are complaining that we're adding to the debt are right, but they just folded under this. So what, again, our responsibility will be is when the check comes due, who to point to. That's going to be our job.
Something that's amazing, and everybody was watching it all over the world. And I want to congratulate the Speaker and Tom Emmer and Steve Scalise and everybody else. I mean, they worked so hard.
Why would you have to work hard if you have a mandate? Anybody? That doesn't seem to stick out in the news coverage of this at all. But why would it take a lot of work if you have a mandate? If the last election was definitive and game changing, why would it be a squeaker?
So hard. This has really been going on for over a year, if you think about it. I think, to be exact, about 14 months. And this was the culmination, and I guess it ended a lot earlier. A lot of people thought it would end up the following afternoon. Well, it ended up late in the evening, but they were great. They were great. And by the way, on the Senate side, I thought Senator Thune did a fantastic job.
Yeah, Thune's going to be running for president next. He's going to be running against J.D. Vance. He's going to be, that's what they're keying up, is the sensible return of conservatism under Thune. Obviously we had to pass this big bullshit bill, but we've got a lot of work left to do. We remedied as best we could what the House sent us, but we really made some progress on a couple of things. That's what he's going to be selling in about 2.5 years. Count on it. Trump's not thinking about that right now because I guarantee that the whole thing about him running again is fucking fantasy. He just does it to poke the press because he knows they run with it. But everybody also knows that once he's gone, there is no next in line, charismatic leader that people can fall in behind. It ain't Vance. It's not going to be Peter Thiel. It's not Elon Musk. I mean, he's not even a citizen, and like a natural born citizen anyway, so it doesn't matter. But there are only a few people who, as Trump would say, central casting for the Republicans, and Thune is one of them. It's not going to be Mike Johnson. It's not going to be anybody in the House. It's not going to be fucking Ted Cruz. They know it. The idea that it's, and any of the governors, including DeSantis, is just fucking lame. None of them are, can marshal the support of the maggots.
About the power you've amassed within your party compared to your first term that you were able to get this over the finish line?
I think I have more power now. I do. I could say, oh, gee, I don't know. I think I probably do because we've had a great record of success. My first term was very, very successful. We had the greatest economy in
No, we didn't. Just a lie.
the history of our country. I think we're going to blow it away this term. But,
Yes, he's going to blow it away. That is true. It will be blown to smithereens.
we've proven certain things. And, I think probably it's got more gravitas, more power.
Gravitas. Yeah, that's how we describe you in your white USA hat.
Signed a trade deal with Vietnam yesterday. Great deal, 40% on transshipment.
Yeah.
Can we expect any more of that before next week, sir?
So we have a couple of other deals, but my inclination is to send a letter out and saying what tariff they're going to be paying. It's just much easier. We have, far more than 170 countries. And how many deals can you make? And
I guess all of them, or you don't need them.
you can make good deals, but they're very much more complicated.
Why would they be complicated? Why is a deal more complicated than just a blanket tariff that makes no fucking sense?
I'd rather, and I've been like this from the beginning, I'd rather send out a letter saying this is what you're going to pay to do business in the United States. And
Right, and it'd also be they don't pay it. They don't pay it. The businesses that would do this, that do business with them, they're going to pay it. That's how it works. Good Lord. Thank you, Paul Thanos.
I think it'll be well received. I think it's just so many countries. And, then they go specific. Let's do this, let's do that, beef, ethanol. And I'd rather just do a simple deal where you...
It isn't simple. It's stupid. It's uniform and pathetic.
can maintain it and control it. You're going to pay a 20% or 25 or 30%
They don't pay it. We do.
tariff.
You put in a record.
And we're going to be sending some letters out starting probably tomorrow, maybe 10 a day, to various countries saying what they're going to pay to do business with the U.S.
And then they'll say no, and we'll charge you. We'll do a reciprocal thing on you guys, or we'll just find another place to buy from, and your farmers will be fucked. It's one thing to think you've got an ace in the hole. It's another thing to think you have all the cards in the entire deck and nobody has any.
I think that D.C. has to become a very safe place. And
So you're moving? You're leaving? You're going to resign?
we're not going to let anything bad happen to D.C. That's our beautiful D.C.
That's our beautiful D.C.
And we're not going to let anything bad, and we'll have something to say about it next week.
Oh, will we?
Why did you hold that? Why did you pause weapons shipments to Ukraine? Why did you pause weapons shipments?
We haven't. We're giving weapons, but we've given so many weapons but we are giving weapons, and we're working with them and trying to help them, but we haven't. You know, Biden...
They asked if, why have you paused sending weapons to Ukraine? We did, by the way. They are. Like, Hegseth ordered a pause. Which kind of you can't do because it's the law. The Congress already passed it. It's not rescinded in this bill either.
Out our whole country giving them weapons, and we have to make sure that we have enough for ourselves. Who are you with? Oh, no wonder. Go ahead.
President, there's going to be a lot of symbolism tomorrow when you sign the one big beautiful bill on Independence Day at the White House, kicking off the 250 years of American independence. What message should Americans be getting tomorrow when you sign the
What message should Americans be getting tomorrow?
Well, I think it's going to be really a message of proudness. You're going to be proud of your country because our country is doing fantastically well. The economy is great. You saw the stock market today. We're setting records, and in every aspect of our country, we're doing well, despite the fact that we inherited millions of people that shouldn't have been here.
No, you didn't.
And I think we have crime stats that are coming out that are showing the lowest numbers we've had in many years, and that...
Well, yeah, I believe that Kash Patel and Bongholio can't find the crime that happens. Again, are we supposed to believe... Remember when he was like, the unemployment numbers are fake until I get in and then they're right? Are we supposed to believe the crime stats we're going to get from Kash Patel? For real? Are they just going to, like, smooth out, give you a nationwide number so you won't notice that crime is up in Bakersfield or in Republican districts, but it's down in Democrat-run cities?
Also, despite the fact that a lot of people are here that shouldn't have been let into our country. So they're going to be very proud tomorrow. So we're signing at about 5 o'clock, and at about 5 o'clock we're going to have B-2s and F-22s and F-35s flying right over the White House.
What the hell for? What? Why would you have B-2s flying over the White House?
And the Speaker and I and John Thune, we're all there together with most Republican senators and congressmen and women, and it's going to be a great day. So we'll be signing with those beautiful planes flying right over our heads, all right?
That's super fucking weird. I mean, why don't you just wear a t-shirt that says, I have a small dick?
What are your expectations for the next round of Trump's three-way topic with Iranian counterparts?
Well, we're going to see. Steve is a great guy. He's a great negotiator. Iran does want to speak, and I think they'd like to speak to me, and it's time that they do. We're not looking to hurt them. We're looking to let them be a country again. They got beat up, and, you know, they were both exhausted, frankly, but...
Again, this is his exhaustion projected onto, I guess, Israel and Iran. Neither are exhausted. It's just fucking silly. Proud of my country because we have so many that is going out against you, dump. Yeah. Well said, Stacey.
Iran really got beat up, and I think they want to meet. I mean, I know they want to meet, and...
Yeah, they just jumped out of the IAEA officially.
If it's necessary, I'll do it. But Steve is involved and very much involved, and he's done a fantastic job. All right, one more.
Oh, yeah, you're right. He's the guy who helped to negotiate an end to the Russia-Ukraine war. Oh, yeah, he's the guy who also helped the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas hold. Oh, right. Also, there are still, like, assassinations, essentially, like Mossad or missile hits, happening inside Iran right now. Ceasefire be damned. Like, there are people being killed in the country. Like, they're posting video all day long, especially from the nighttime, of explosions there.
You still want the U.S. to take over Gaza?
You still want the U.S. to take over Gaza?
I want the people of Gaza to be safe, more importantly.
So that's good.
I want to see safety for the people of Gaza. They've gone through hell. Thank you very much, everyone.
By the way, that safety for the people of Gaza means somewhere else. You can't be safe in a place like that. That's what he was saying before.